Our story began 17 years before President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. The year was 1846 when a slave owner named Maria Long decided to grant her slaves a plot of land where they could build their own church, which would later become known as the First Baptist Church of Chesterfield. When they were not busy working in the fields, founders worked to transform the grassy plot of land and build a log cabin which would become a worship and education center for men, women, and children. Families of slaves, freed men, and women traveled miles to worship together. Eventually, the congregation outgrew the log cabin.
By 1878, the church property had been legally granted to the slaves. And First Baptist Church of Chesterfield had its first tradition, Rally Day, which was a day for mass baptisms, fellowship, and feasting.
In 1911, the congregation had outgrown its second house of worship and began building a third under the leadership of Reverend Baines. Sunday morning worship celebrations were held in that building until 1975, when Reverend Theophilus People led the charge to build a new church.
A new church meant new ministries. The Evangelism Training Ministries was introduced in the same year. Within 10 years, the congregation grew so much that 2 Sunday morning celebrations were needed due to the increasing number of members. In 1987, Reverend Darrell C. Johnson became pastor and implemented midweek Bible study.
In 1990, under the leadership of Reverend Robert F. Loggins, the church acquired 11 acres of land on Wild Horse Creek Road. Construction on this building was completed in 1996. In 1997, Reverend Loggins resigned and Reverend Clarence Dow served as interim pastor until the year 2000. During this time, the site of the former church building and cemetery was developed and dedicated as Memorial Park.
After a grueling search and town hall-style meeting, the church elected Dr. T.D. Stubblefield as the new pastor and leader of FBCC in the year 2000. The church experienced drastic increases in Christian education participation and membership that year. In 2002 to 2005, FBCC unveiled and dedicated the library and media ministry, the youth room, and established the Global Reach Unity Corporation 501c3 organization to provide financial support for a number of causes.
In 2006, the first youth minister, Minister Michael Douglas Jr., was hired, and the weekly radio ministry outreach Forward in Faith was launched on KSIV 91.5 FM. The following year, 553 people attended the first annual Friends and Family Day, formerly known as Rally Day.
In response to the economic crisis in 2008, FBCC launched 163 Touches of Love Delivered in order to bless at least one family with a generous Thanksgiving meal for every year the church has been in existence. This program is still in existence today. The same year, 17 FBCC members and friends took the first mission trip to Cape Town, South Africa.
From 2009 to 2014, we've hosted 2 Family and Friends Fall Festivals, launched our Bridge to the Future initiative to secure media and technology improvements for the entire church campus, hired Minister Christopher Rogers as our assistant to the pastor, hired Minister Carlos Smith as our youth pastor, sent the youth ministry to 2 mission trips through World Changers, hosted an evening with Dr. Tony Evans with Bot Radio, and purchased a Southwest Extension property.
First Baptist Church of Chesterfield has witnessed all of these amazing blessings and more in the last 169 years. I can't wait to see what God has planned in the future for our church.
You know, Erica, our church has such a rich cultural heritage. Yeah, it's obvious that God has blessed us with all this history, and I pray that He continues with us as the years come.
Thank you to FBCC
for enriching our souls.